I caught my fiancée cheating. She expected tears. Instead, I said, "Thank you for showing me who you really are." Then I had her things moved to her mother's house while she was at work. Her shock when she came home to an empty closet and changed locks. I, 32 male, own my townhouse outright. Inheritance from my grandfather when he passed 4 years ago. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, nice neighborhood. Worth about 340 Qley in today's market. This matters, remember it. My fiancée moved in a year ago. Let's call her my ex-fiancée now because that's what she is. We'd been together 2 years, engaged for 6 months. Wedding was supposed to be in September. She worked part-time at some boutique downtown, maybe 20 hours a week, brought home around $800 a month. I'm an IT consultant making 6 figures. Paid all the mortgage, already owned it, but still, taxes and insurance. She covered groceries and utilities, maybe $400 a month contribution total. Last week Thursday. Finished a client call early, decided to surprise her with lunch. Grabbed Panera on the way home. Her favorite, that Asian sesame salad with extra dressing she always orders. Pulled into my driveway, her white Honda Civic there. Another car too, black Audi A4. Didn't recognize it. Walked in my front door, carrying 2 salads and drinks. Heard it immediately, that sound. You know the one. Coming from upstairs. My first thought was, no way. Second thought was, that's my bedroom. Went upstairs, door halfway open, and there they were. My fiancé and some dude I'd never seen. In my bed, the bed I bought. In my house, on a Thursday afternoon, stood there watching for maybe 10 seconds, brain just processing. Then I said, huh. The scrambling was genuinely impressive, Olympic-level panic. She screamed. He literally fell off the bed trying to grab his pants. My fiancé wrapped the sheet around herself. Oh my God, baby, this isn't, I can explain. The guy was hopping on one foot, pulling on his jeans. Nice watch, probably mid-30s. Cologne I could smell from the doorway, something expensive. You should probably leave, I told him. Voice flat. Weird how calm I felt. Dude, I'm so sorry, I didn't. Front door's downstairs. Use it. He grabbed his shirt and literally ran. Heard my front door slam like 30 seconds later. She was crying now, full waterworks. Please, baby, please let me explain. It's not what you think. Really? Because it looks like you're having an affair in my bed. It was a mistake, just once. I swear this never happened before. I set the salads down on the dresser. Get dressed. Baby, get dressed. She scrambled into her clothes while I went back downstairs. Sat on my couch, that same couch where we'd planned our wedding seating chart 3 weeks ago, where she'd cried happy tears when I proposed last year. Didn't feel anything, just nothing, like someone had flipped a switch. She came down maybe 10 minutes later. Tried to sit next to me. I shifted away. I'm so sorry, she whispered. I don't know what happened. He's just this guy from my Pilates class who offered to help me with... Pilates class? Yeah, we've been talking a few weeks. So not just once. She went white. No, I meant we've been talking, but this was the first time we... Stop. But... Just stop. I need you to pack a bag and leave. What? No, this is my home. And there it was. My home. My house. It's my house. Your name isn't on anything. You pay $400 a month in utilities. That's not a home, that's being a guest. How can you say that? We're engaged. Were, past tense. She started crying harder. You can't just kick me out. Where am I supposed to go? Your mom lives 20 minutes from here. I can't show up at my mom's house. What will I tell her? I looked at her. Actually, looked at her. This woman who'd betrayed me in the most cliché way possible and was now worried about embarrassment. Tell her the truth. You brought another man into your fiancé's bed and got caught. You're being cruel. No, I'm being honest. Pack a bag. You have an hour. What followed was peak entitlement. She cycled through every manipulation tactic. Begging, crying, anger, blame shifting. You're never home. I was lonely. I work from home 3 days a week. You don't pay attention to me anymore. I planned a surprise lunch for you today. That worked out great. What about forgiveness? What about our vows? We haven't taken vows, and we won't. Pack your stuff. She tried a new angle. Fine, but I'm not leaving without discussing the house. I've lived here a year. Common law marriage. Doesn't exist in this state. I checked. Go ahead though, call a lawyer. See what they say about your rights to a house you don't own, don't pay for, and never had your name on. Her face went from angry to shocked. Like she just realized she had zero leverage. You looked that up? I'm methodical. Now pack. She packed a bag. Took her an hour and a half. She kept trying to talk, kept trying to restart the conversation. I just sat there scrolling my phone, waiting. Finally, she dragged her suitcase to the door. Mascara smeared everywhere. I'll be back tomorrow for the rest of my stuff. Sure, we'll arrange something. She left. Door slam rattled the pictures on the wall. The second her car pulled away, I got to work. Changed every password she knew. Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Spotify, all signed out, all passwords reset. Bank accounts, email, everything. Called my buddy from college. He runs a moving company. Dude, can you help me move someone's stuff out of my house tomorrow? Sure. Whose? Explain the situation. He went quiet for a second. Then, bro, yeah, absolutely, no charge. What time? Update 1. Next morning I took the day off. First time in maybe 8 months. My buddy showed up early with his truck and another guy. We packed everything, and I mean everything. Every piece of clothing, every shoe, every bottle of makeup, that stupid scented candle collection she loved, the throw pillows she bought that I hated, all of it. Found some interesting stuff too, like a receipt from a hotel dated 3 weeks ago. We hadn't been to any hotel. Tucked that in my pocket for later. Her mom's address was in my phone from Christmas. We dropped off presents there. Nice house, big porch. Drove over there, stacked everything neatly on the porch. Boxes, bags, her clothes on hangers. Made it look organized, not vindictive. Took photos of everything with timestamps. Left a note. Your daughter can explain why her belongings are here. Please have her contact me only by text regarding any items we might have missed. Called a locksmith on the way home. New deadbolt, new handle lock, new garage code. Cost $280. Best money I ever spent. Got home to 17 texts from her. We need to talk. Answer me. You're being childish. I'm sorry, can we please talk? Answer your phone. Waited until everything was done. New locks installed. Sent one text. Your belongings are at your mother's house. Insert, I've changed the locks. Contact me only by text if we missed anything. My phone lost its mind. 30 texts in 15 minutes. What do you mean my stuff is at my mom's? You had no right to do that. I'm coming over right now. You can't just lock me out. I replied once, I absolutely can. It's my house. You don't live here anymore. That evening someone started banging on my door. Ring camera showed her, her mom, and her sister. All looking mad as hell. Use the intercom. Can I help you? Open this door right now. Her voice was shrill. No thanks, what do you need? Her mom leaned in. Young man, you cannot just throw someone out like garbage. She has rights. Actually, she doesn't. No lease, no rent payments, no ownership. What else can I help you with? My ex was crying. How can you be so cold? I made a mistake. Cool, and the consequence is you don't live in my house anymore. Anything else? Her sister piped up. What about the ring? Oh yeah, the ring. Glad you brought that up. I need my grandmother's ring back. That was an $8,000 ring. I'd like it by this weekend. Dead silence. Then my ex, you gave me that ring. It's mine. Actually, engagement rings are conditional gifts in this state. Since you broke the condition by cheating, I want it back. You can mail it or drop it in my mailbox. Your choice. Her mom actually sputtered. You can't, that's... I can, and I will. If I don't have it by Monday, I'm filing a small claims court case. Have a good evening. Turned off the intercom. Watched them stand there for another 5 minutes arguing with each other before they left. Got a text later that night. I'm keeping the ring. You gave it to me. Finders keepers. Replied with a screenshot of state law about conditional gifts and engagement rings. See you in court then. 2 days later, the ring appeared in my mailbox. No note, just the ring box sitting there. I stared at it for a while. That ring represented so much. My grandmother's legacy, the proposal on the beach, the future I'd planned. Now it just felt dirty. Took it to a jeweler that same day. I need to sell this. They appraised it, offered $6,500. I took it. Better than keeping it. But here's where it got interesting. Started getting messages from mutual friends. Her spin on the story was wild. According to her version, I randomly kicked her out with no warning. I stole her belongings while she was at work. I trapped her financially and controlled her. I was abusive and manipulative. She had to escape, and I threw her out for talking to a male friend. The gaslighting was Olympic level. She'd told everyone that I was the villain. Most of my real friends knew better, but some believed her. Got a few nasty messages. One girl I'd known since high school called me a controlling abuser before I even explained what happened. Blocked her. Didn't need that energy. Then her mother called my mother. Big mistake. My mom listened to the whole sob story. Then apparently said, "Let me get this straight. Your daughter brought another man into my son's bed, in his house that he owns, and you're upset that he removed her belongings?" The backpedaling was apparently hilarious. My mom called me after and was laughing. "Sweetie, that woman tried to make you sound like a monster. I shut that down fast. I'm proud of you for having self-respect." Felt good to hear that. Update 2, week 2 is when my ex really ramped up the crazy. First, she filed 3 noise complaints with my HOA. Anonymous, but obviously her. Claimed I was having loud parties at all hours and disturbing the peace. Problem? I live alone now. Haven't had anyone over except my buddy who helped me move stuff. My TV isn't even loud. HOA lady called me. "Sir, we've received multiple complaints about your property." Explained the situation. The cheating, the breakup, the harassment. Long pause. Oh my. Well, I'll note that these are clearly retaliatory. I'm very sorry. Can you tell me who filed them? They were anonymous, but between you and me, they all came from the same email address. We'll be disregarding them. Second, she started her financial hardship sob story campaign. Posted on Facebook about how she was basically homeless and financially abused and thrown out with nothing. Her friends ate it up. Comments like, "OMG, are you okay?" and "I can't believe he did that to you," and "Men are trash." I didn't respond. Not at first. Just watched the narrative build. Then one of her friends, someone who'd been at our engagement party, messaged me privately. "Hey, I don't know the full story, but this doesn't sound like you. What actually happened?" I sent her a brief explanation. Caught her cheating. Removed her from my house that I own. She had family support and her own income. Oh, she's not telling people that part. Yeah, she's not. Do you have proof? Because she's making you sound awful. Sent her the hotel receipt I'd found. The one from 3 weeks before I caught them. Yeah, we never went to any hotel together, but she did apparently. Holy crap, I'm so sorry. She's lying to everyone. I know, it's fine. People who know me know the truth. But it wasn't fine. Because then she showed up at my workplace. Middle of the day. I was on a call with a client. Receptionist messaged me, "There's a woman in the lobby crying, says it's a family emergency." My stomach dropped. Excused myself from the call. There she was, red puffy eyes, tissue in hand, looking devastated. But the second she saw me, something flickered in her expression. Something calculating. "We need to talk," she said loudly. Everyone in the lobby could hear. "About the baby." Time stopped. "What baby?" She put her hand on her stomach. "Our baby. I'm pregnant." Every person in that lobby was staring. My boss was in the waiting area. The receptionist's jaw dropped. "Outside, now." We went to the parking lot. Out of view of windows, her whole demeanor changed. Tears stopped, arms crossed, smirk on her face. "So, you gonna take me back now? Because I'm not raising a baby alone. Are you actually pregnant? Does it matter? Everyone in there thinks I am, including your boss." My hands were shaking. Not from fear, from rage. "You're lying. Prove it. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Either way, you look like the asshole who knocked up his fiancée and then abandoned her. If you're pregnant, when the baby comes, you'll pay child support. Minimum. Or we could just get back together. Fix this. You apologize for humiliating me. I forgive you for being controlling. We move on." I stared at her. The stranger wearing my ex-fiancée's face. "I want a paternity test." "How dare you?" "Of course it's yours." "Then you won't mind the test." She sputtered. "You're disgusting. Accusing me of lying about being pregnant with your baby. I'm accusing you of lying, period. If you're pregnant, prove it. If it's mine, prove that. Otherwise, stay away from me and my workplace." Walked back inside. Went straight to my boss's office. "I need to talk to you about what just happened." Explained everything. All of it. The cheating, the lies, the harassment. Now this pregnancy claim I knew was fake. My boss, this amazing woman in her 50s who doesn't take crap from anyone, just nodded. "She's banned from this building. I'll tell security. If she shows up again, we call the police." "I'm so sorry this happened at work." "You didn't bring her here. She made that choice. Handle your business. We've got your back." Almost cried. Just from having someone believe me and support me. That night I paid for a lawyer consultation, just to know where I stood. Lawyer was blunt. If she's lying, that's fraud and harassment. Document everything. If she's actually pregnant, you'll need that paternity test. Don't sign anything without proof. And if this continues, restraining order. Left with a folder and a headache. Next day her sister texted me. She's not pregnant. She bought a fake test on Amazon. I saw the order confirmation. This has gone too far. She needs help, but she won't listen. I'm sorry. Screenshot. Saved. Sent to lawyer. Replied to my ex one final time. I know you're not pregnant. I have confirmation. If you contact me again, show up at my work again, or continue this harassment, I'm filing for a restraining order. This is your only warning. 3 minutes later, I could have been pregnant. We had unprotected the week before. It could have been real. But it wasn't. Lose my number. Blocked her on everything, every platform, every possible way to contact me. Update 3. Final 2 weeks of silence. Actual peace. Then I got served. Small claims court papers. She was suing me for $6,000. The claims were hilarious. $3,000 for illegal eviction, $2,000 for emotional distress, $1,000 for stolen property. Apparently I stole some earrings she can't find. Took it straight to my lawyer. She read it and actually laughed out loud. This is getting dismissed. You own the house. She had no lease. You gave her all her belongings. The emotional distress claim from catching her cheating? Please. And stolen property she can't identify? This is garbage. So I'm good? Better than good. We're countersuing for your legal fees and possibly filing a harassment claim. She's been at your work, filed false complaints, lied about being pregnant. That's a pattern. Court date came up fast. 3 weeks later. Walked in. My ex was there with her mom and some lawyer who looked like he worked out of a strip mall. Her lawyer stood up, started his spiel about how his client was unjustly removed from her home and suffered emotional trauma. My lawyer let him finish, then stood up with a folder. Your Honor, the defendant was not a tenant. She had no lease, paid no rent, and had no ownership claim to the property. The plaintiff, who owns the home outright, discovered her in bed with another man. He then removed her belongings, carefully and safely, to her family's home. We have photos showing all items were properly handled. Showed the photos, the neatly stacked boxes on her mom's porch, the timestamps. As for emotional distress, the defendant caused that herself through infidelity. She has since engaged in a harassment campaign including false complaints to his HOA, showing up at his workplace claiming false pregnancy, and now this frivolous lawsuit. The judge looked at my ex. Ma'am, did you or did you not engage in an extramarital affair? She went red. That's not relevant to, it's very relevant to your emotional distress claim. Answer the question. We had a lapse in judgment, but did you engage in an affair while living in the plaintiff's home? Yes. Judge turned to her lawyer. Counselor, why are we here? Her lawyer shuffled papers. Your Honor, my client still suffered damages from the manner in which the homeowner removed an unfaithful guest from his property by carefully packing her belongings. Dismissed. All claims dismissed. Furthermore, I'm awarding the plaintiff his legal fees. This was a waste of the court's time. Her mom actually gasped. My ex went white. But my lawyer wasn't done. Your Honor, we'd like to file a restraining order against the defendant based on her pattern of harassment. Presented everything. The fake pregnancy, the workplace visit, the HOA complaints, her sister's texts confirming the fake test. Judge looked at my ex like she was something stuck to his shoe. Restraining order granted. 1 year, no contact. If you violate this, you'll face contempt charges. We're done here. Outside the courthouse, her mom started screaming at me. Actually screaming. You ruined her life. She's depressed. She can't work. This is your fault. Security moved her along before I even had to respond. My lawyer looked at me. Drinks? You're buying. We went to a bar nearby. She told me this was one of the most clear-cut cases she'd ever seen. Most people cave, take them back, try to work it out. You didn't. You protected yourself, documented everything, and stood firm. Good for you. It didn't feel good at the time. Probably not, but you'll look back and be glad you did this right. She was right. That was 3 weeks ago. Life's been quiet since then. Good quiet. Sold my grandmother's ring for $6,500. Used that money to completely redo my bedroom. New bed, new mattress, new everything. Painted the walls a color I actually like instead of that beige she picked. Got art that doesn't suck. Redecorated the living room. Got rid of those awful throw pillows. Bought a gaming setup for the spare room I'd been wanting for years, but she said, "Look childish." My townhouse feels like mine again. Actually mine. Started therapy. Working through trust stuff. Making sure I don't carry this baggage forward. Therapist says I handled the situation with remarkable clarity and self-respect. That felt good. Got back into stuff I'd let slide. Built a home gym in the garage. Started meal prepping. Actually, using that smoker I bought 2 years ago. My friends, real friends, have been great. Buddy who helped me move stuff has me over for poker weekly now. Says I dodged a nuke, not just a bullet. The venue called asking about final head count. Told them to cancel. They refunded half the deposit since I gave them notice. For $200 back. That went straight into savings for an actual vacation. Somewhere she never wanted to go. Thinking New Zealand. Work's been good. Boss made it clear the whole office has my back if my ex tries anything again. Haven't seen her since court. Heard through mutual friends she's living with her parents now. Apparently the gym guy blocked her when she tried to contact him. Then she tried getting back with some other ex who told her to get lost. She's been posting those vague, depressing Facebook statuses. When you finally see who people really are, type stuff. Zero self-awareness. Don't care. Not my problem. The restraining order means she legally can't contact me for a year. Best gift I ever got from a judge. Started casually dating again. Nothing serious, just coffee here and there. Trying to remember what it's like to trust someone. Taking it slow. But honestly, being alone has been great. Healing. Needed this. Learned a lot from this whole mess. Trust your gut. When something feels off, it usually is. Protect yourself. Document everything. Think logically, even when emotions are high. Don't accept blame for someone else's choices. She cheated. Her consequence. Self-respect isn't negotiable. The second you compromise on that, you've lost. And sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's just consequences. Natural, logical consequences. She thought she could have her cake and eat it too. Comfortable life with me, excitement with gym guy. When I took away the comfort, she fell apart. That's not my fault. That's just reality catching up. The engagement ring sold. The lawsuit failed. The restraining order got granted. My house is mine. My life is mine. And I didn't have to do anything except refuse to be a doormat. No regrets. Not a single one. She expected tears and drama and begging. Expected me to fall apart so she could come back on her terms. Instead, she got locked out, moved out, cut off, and legally barred from contact. That's what happens when you gamble with someone's respect and lose. Life's good. Really good. Better than it was with her, honestly. Moving forward, head high, self-respect intact, and that empty parking space where her car used to be? Bought myself a motorcycle. Always wanted one. She hated motorcycles. Best decision ever.